I rather enjoy finding more unconventional horror game experiences. After all, we all have our different fears, and with how easily accessible the tools for game development are, there are always new exciting experiences to enjoy. I happily bring you one of those experiences. A very unique horror game that I stumbled across on Twitter of all places. I guess that site can be useful sometimes. Today, we shall boldly go where few have tread before in Revenge of the Colon. Revenge of the Colon is a first-person body horror experience wherein you play as a very respected gastroenterologist as he goes about his business over the course of 1 week. Which, as the game warns you right at the start, you don't know it yet, but this is actually your last week working. Ominous. Before that, though, the game gives you some basic backstory. You're one of the best gastroenterologists in your field, quite literally the Michael Jordan of looking in people's buttholes, as it were. And the game hops into the first loading screen, which is a nice bleeding, protruding asshole. It's Monday, first job of the week begins now. Our first patient here, Mrs. Hargreave, was out on holiday in Calais when a border guard gave her quite the fright and terrified her so badly she ate her wedding ring. Because he might steal it or something? Lady, he might have been French, but I don't know if he was that evil. Unfortunately, though, after weeks of scat sifting by her husband, the ring has still not passed, so it's just kind of stuck in there. The doc is skeptical, of course, but obviously agrees to perform the operation. Loading screen later, and you're in. Here's the main part of the game. You take control of an advanced colonoscopy robot, one that can effortlessly explore the bowels of an elderly woman. And so we arrive to the gameplay. In Revenge of the Colon, you control that advanced colonoscope, of course, and explore the depths of people's buttholes. Your scope comes equipped with a variety of tools meant to deal with the many problems a gastroenterologist might encounter when spelunking one's behind, including a scanner to identify and detect anal anomalies, a gripper for grappling with whatever is in there, a saw for removing any obstructions you run across, and a cauterizer beam to seal the wounds created by your saw. Lastly, but most importantly, is your squirt gun, which will let you send any remnants of your targets merrily floating right on out of the butt. With what I told you so far, you might be thinking of this review as some sort of joke. Well, I know you might be a bit skeptical about a horror game taking place inside someone's colon, but I actually think this is a genuinely solid game. Atmospherically, Revenge of the Colon is incredibly suffocating, with every passage obviously being super tight. We're not in a bottom's ass, after all. The feeling of claustrophobia is immense, and vastly enhanced by the foreboding soundscape that's always looming around you. If you're genuinely claustrophobic, this game might be too much for you, honestly. Also, shoutouts to these devs for throwing in the AOL sign-in dial-up noise. Big fan, really. And if you don't know what that is, ask your parents. Progressing through this old lady's colon, you run across some polyps, which you obviously destroy and flush out of the bowels. You also run across some hefty, fatty calcium deposits that also need to be removed, but that requires you to blast with the cauterizer first instead. We trawl through 3 massive sections of this woman's colon, obliterating every polyp and calcium deposit we find, alongside freeing up some stubborn hard candies that are stuck down here as well. I didn't know they were this durable. After cruising through all those, we finally run across the ring, stuck on an ancient piece of gum that's also down here for some reason. So I pulled it free, flushed it on its way, and bang, mission accomplished. And that's the basic gameplay loop of this one. It's honestly pretty engaging. I know I'm saying a game where you literally clean out people's buttholes is fun, and that sounds kind of strange, but it really is enjoyable. I won't lie though, I'm a big fan of both horror games and games about simple minutia, so this one is kind of perfect for me. It's like Power Wash Simulator, but in an asshole. Now though, I'm going to go over the other 4 cases we do in this game, so here's the rare spoiler warning. This is an indie game after all, one released only a few years ago, so if what I've told you so far sounds intriguing, well, go pick it up, play it, and come back. This video is not going anywhere. At least I hope. Case 2. Tuesday. A young woman who had been suffering from pica reports to your clinic, now relieved of the affliction, but still in need of your help in removing the last foreign objects from her system. Spelunking this woman's bowels, you quickly begin running across nails and metal shavings, which you of course begin removing and cauterizing the wounds they've caused. Deeper in brings even bigger nails, pins, and some batteries as well. With this whole thing being capped off in bowel 3, of course, which is riddled with barbed wire and razor blades. Climax, though, you run across the real problem. A whole ass shotgun shell that she's devoured. Huh. Well, that's definitely not good. I wonder what would happen to my... Flush it though, and the day is saved once again. Wednesday, case 3. An older man reports to the clinic complaining of full body fatigue and an insatiable appetite. In spite of his constant eating, however, he is losing weight at a very rapid pace. The patient, a fisherman by trade, informs the doctor that his entire diet consists of fish right out of the water, completely uncooked as well, which is obviously not the healthiest thing to do, since, as the doctor says himself, many parasites take up residence in the still living fish. So it's into the rump we go. Things don't seem too amiss at first, but you quickly run across some feces. Typically that would be a normal thing, but these particular doo-doos don't belong to a human. What else is in these bowels? Oh look, it's a copy of Resident Evil 6 floating by. Wow, every season of Ruby is down here too. Section 2 though, that's where we start encountering the real problem in parasites. Well, as I know, only good bug is a dead bug, so we get to work. God, I hate how these things scream. Wretched little bastards, all of them. Ah, here's the real problem. He's infested with Quama foragers. I guess he'd been fishing in Morrowind for the slaughterfish or something. Pressing further, you find these huge egg sacs wriggling with the bastards, and you run across the fully grown parasites as well. Alright, now their squeals of agony are just music to me. Get blasted, you monsters. You exterminate the pest problem before reaching the final bowel, only to find out this guy's not only been consuming whole fish, but his own hooks as well. Okay, this is genuinely horrifying, and I have no explanation for why these things are crying like this. Thankfully, the end of the line is just a hop, skip, and jump away, and you find a whole clam. Even has a pearl, which you flush, and the operation is a successful one. I'm taking that pearl for myself, though. Thursday, case 4. Well, you could probably tell by my appearance that I enjoy eating food. Yeah, I can, you fat fuck. Are you sure you're in the right place? Dr. Now's office is just down the way. Blobbo here is reporting to the clinic because, while he does enjoy eating food, he feels as if there's another presence inside him that demands he consumes in excess to feed him as well. Obviously, this man is insane, but the doctor opts to head inside to investigate anyway. You know, I don't think that's normal. Let me double check some medical text though real quick. I'm not a doctor after all, I'm just a YouTuber. Yeah, that's not normal at all. Those are supposed to be in your mouth only. You play dentist in this man's rear, plucking teeth from the walls, and then, you know, those are only supposed to be in your head too. And you're only supposed to have 2. Alright, it's time for some extreme LASIK, I guess. Yeah, case 3 was kinda weird, but this is where we start delving into the body horror aspect of Revenge of the Colon. Like, I know it's weird already to be playing this one, but man, there's a forest of fingers here, and groupings of ears that you have to saw out and flush from this man's bum. Maybe Fatso's claims of someone else inside here aren't too far-fetched after all. Pushing further in, we... What the fun is this? Apologies to this patient, you weren't wrong, as it turns out. There really was another presence growing inside you. Well, I hope this thing's recording, because I gotta be winning some sort of science or medical award for this case. There. Problem solved. Things have been getting steadily weirder, so the doctor is grateful that tomorrow is Friday, but that still leaves one more case. How much worse could it get, really? Case 5, Friday. A man presents to the clinic complaining that his bowels feel as if something is wriggling around inside them, and it's a problem that's only gotten worse with time. The doctor postulates it might be food-related, and the patient informs him that his diet as of late has mostly been soup and circus peanuts. The patient also reports that while his food intake has not changed at all, his bowel movements have grown smaller and smaller. Very odd. Of course, the doctor lubes up and dives in. With his instruments, of course. We quickly run across some foreign doo-doo feces, as well as the peanuts, of course, both shelled and unshelled. Nothing overly suspicious so far. That is until we see... a door. Oh, that's why his bowel movements have been so small. Someone forgot to open the dumpy door. We head to the door, of course, and then we find some fangs. Definitely strange, since, well, these aren't even human in origin. We had normal teeth in the last butthole, after all. Oh! Well, that might be the issue here. That appears to be a clown. Well, you got that right. This Killer Clowns from Outer Space sequel is really weird. This is just a red letter day for me now at this point, obliterating strange foreign entities and people's assholes. You blast the clown, it flees, confronting you later on once again in the bowels. And then again after you've shot his first eye out. In the end, he dies blind and screaming, exploding into a geyser of Quamo foragers. Yeah, flush him out, and that's the end of the week, thank God. Since I was a good boy, all my patients went on to make a full recovery. My contributions are also heavily valued by the medical community. Man, I hope so, since I can't imagine a lot of doctors have run across a festering clone in someone's ass, or a marauding clown tearing up the butt either. The doctor ends up retiring to a quiet life without any more rear-end spelunking, and that's the game. Truth be told, there is a bad ending path, but that doesn't seem fitting for a good doctor, so I skipped it. But there is some replayability here if you opt to grab it at least. But to sum up Revenge of the Colon, that is a real challenge. This was truly a unique horror experience for certain. Revenge of the Colon boasts an intensely suffocating part of the body to explore, a suffocating feeling only boosted by the brooding atmospheric soundscape it has too. The game is a pleasing simple loop of identifying, destroying, and flushing foreign objects as well. Is being a butthole doctor always this fun? I hope so, honestly. It's gotta be worthwhile somehow. Pretty good game overall, though albeit a bit over the top with later cases. The PS1 style graphics are also very nice too, and cut fairly close to the original console's looks in my opinion. You could probably tell someone that this is some obscure Japanese PS1 title that never left the islands, and they'd believe you. I did grab this one on sale for pretty cheap, so that might help with my more positive reception of this one. But also, I bought Realms of Ruin for $1, and I fucking hate that game, so maybe not? Anywho, I'll call this one here. As always, dearest of viewers, my name is HadesManticore, and this your channel is CityStateManticore. Thanks a ton for watching. If you did, be sure to drop a fat like, a comment, and subscribe, because as always, more content on the way. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.